collaboration of traditional institutions to meet sustainable goals targets of water and sanitation. Details in just a moment. It's good to have you on the news on Nta Calabar. I am Paul Abel. Now the news in details. The federal government says plans are underway to reposition the Ministry of Water Resources towards making the sector a pillar for food security in the country. Minister of State Water Resources Bello Muhammad Goronyo, who is seeking greater collaboration with the Cross River State government, says this is part of President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda of providing clean water for Nigerians and to end open defecation by 2030. Oduaketim reports that the minister disclosed this at Government House Calabar during a custom visit to the state governor shortly after his arrival from Abuja.
Shortly after the arrival at the Margaret Ekpo International Airport, Calabar, the Minister of State Water Resources was warmly received by the Managing Director and other directors overseeing various departments of the Cross River Basin Development Authority, as well as students of the Cross River Basin Development Authority schools, after which he proceeded to the Government House on a custom visit to the Cross River State Governor Basi Otu. The minister informed that the familiarization visit is to strengthen the capacity of the nation's river basins through partnership with the state government to achieve the core mandates of the ministry.
The Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation is responsible for formulation of policies and programs in the areas of water supply, water for irrigation, sanitation, and hygiene. There are a number of programs that are being carried out in collaboration across River State. Put together in this year's budget over 411 million naira was expanded through the counterpart funding of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Cross River State.
With the people-oriented policy, the Cross River State Governor hinted that sanitation is the priority of his administration and promised to work closely with the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation to end open defecation in the state and also boost food security.
One of the areas which we're trying to work very hard is on sanitation in terms of hygiene. We want to eradicate open defecation completely from here. This is one of the pillars of national. Immediately after the inauguration of our school here, we made sure that they immediately align with their ministers to be able to understand the programs on the board and then the area of synergy.
The minister also accompanied the governor for inauguration of Kada Cinema at Marina Resort as part of his visit to the state. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
In a similar development, the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation will be partnering traditional institutions to provide clean and accessible potable water to Nigerians. Minister of State Water Resources Bello Muhammad Goronyo disclosed this during his visit to the Obong of Calabar as part of his familiarization tour to Cross River State. Udwak hit him once again. Complete the report.
Clean and access potable water is one of the critical areas of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and Nigeria can only achieve this through the Ministry of Water Resources, as its mandate is to develop and implement policies that will make Nigerians have safe water at all times. Based on this, the Minister of State Water Resources Bello Muhammad Goronyo, during his visit to the Palace of the Obong of Calabar, hinted that his ministry will collaborate with stakeholders to address water-related challenges and called on the traditional rulers to embrace his call of action.
Next year's budget also, we have a number of programs that we intend to execute in this area. The river basin alone, if properly harnessed, we be able to feed the entire states, the entire bowl, and even take it out for export.
I thank you, my Father, for all the support you've rendered to us in Basin Authority, especially to me in person, and indeed to my family. I thank you for the peace that you have brought to Cross River. And I know from my interactions with my minister that indeed our prayers here would go with him and we would see the result of it.
Obong of Calabar, Ididemekpo Okonobasio II the Fifth, represented by the chairman of Etubom's Traditional Council, Palace of the Obong of Calabar, commended Cross River Basin Development Authority for its support all these years, but also highlighted some challenges faced by citizens of the state in terms of potable water supply and called for immediate action by the federal government.
We used to have water every day from the Ministry of Water Resources. But now, we have to go about a mile away before we buy water every day. This is not very pleasant for us. I don't know whether the federal government can do anything about it today.
Sanitation formed part of discussions at the palace as the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation promised to end open defecation by 2030. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
Portable, accessible drinking water is a major point in the Sustainable Development Goals, and with the inadequacy of drinking water provided by government in the country, Nigerians have resorted to drilling personal boreholes and others for commercial purposes. In this report, Uduak once again takes a look at the impact of underground water and effects on the ecosystem.
Water is essential for life and health. Therefore, supplying a safe drinking water for survival is of critical importance.
Water is necessary for the body to maintain its vitality and function. And of course, when we talk about public health in general, so water from all spheres of life can be described as the giver of life itself. The more the quality of water, the better the quality of life.
Access to potable and safe water is very necessary for us as humans to exist and live healthy.
Research indicates that over 90% of the world's population depends on groundwater for drinking, watering of plants, and sustenance of the ecosystem. Even as stakeholders in Calabar call for proper documentation of borehole drillers to check their operations if groundwater must be harnessed.
We need to respect our water. We need to be conscious of our borehole drillers. The water can be compromised, contaminated, and yet as clean as ever. So we must begin to know that when you drill borehole, it is important to site your borehole as you site every other thing in your house.
In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
Those are the stories that are trending on our channel these days. Don't forget you can watch this newscast on the various handles of our social media. On behalf of the entire crew, I'm Paul Abel. Do have a great day.